What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so what we are talking about today is working corporate is not healthy. Now, is this a overall fact? I mean, they've actually done some studies, but that's not really the point. I'm not really saying it's a fact for everybody. Of course, some people are going to feel this way. Some people are going to feel that way. This will affect different people differently depending on your age, depending on if it's better for your body to be in a corporate setting than a different type of working setting where you're standing up all day. You may have physical limitations, but this is a personal conclusion just based on how I felt on these last 2 years working corporate. And for me, the conclusion is working in corporate is not healthy. Now, I'm sure most jobs don't have healthy environments or not healthy as well, but I'm gonna talk about some things that I literally felt and I literally experienced working in corporate. Not situations, but literally just as on the body, physically and mentally. And I can only speak on me and myself, but outside of me, I'm a very watching, analyzing type person. I've watched people come to corporate and their body, I don't want to say deteriorate, but it's like, you feel me? It changes. I've said this before, I don't remember which video, but it was actually like a joking thing when people would get hired on, not the company, but the first person I heard it from was a manager. It was like, oh yeah, you know, we have the baby bump. What in the world's a baby bump? Oh, you gained 60 pounds working in corporate. And as I stood in corporate long enough, you literally see people transform into little baby carriers all over the building. And it's funny, you laugh, but when you sit back and really think about it, it was all fun and games until I started feeling it and seeing it on myself. So the first thing was definitely physical. Actually, no, I would say it was mental first, but the physical thing is what kind of hit me the most. And it happened last year when I was having a family reunion. And I remember I was running, I was sprinting, and out of nowhere, I couldn't keep my balance and I fell. I was like, that's weird. You feel me? Like, I've been athletic my whole life, running, doing all type of stuff. It just felt weird. So, you know, we were having like, I forgot what we were doing. It was like we were racing. Oh yeah, we were just having a race. So I did it again. As I was sprinting again, lost my balance and fell. Never. That ain't never happened to me in my life. And then the next phase is when I started to feel weird, not weird, but it was noticeable in my breathing. Wasn't doing nothing out the ordinary, wasn't running nowhere, but I remember I was walking my dog, and when I came back in, I was just breathing as hard as the dog was breathing. You feel me? The dog be coming in, breathing all hard. I'm breathing all hard with him. So I was like, yo, this is, you know what I mean? So I started noticing different things. And then the last point of the physical is when I literally looked in the mirror one time and laughed at myself. Like, cause I was shocked. I was so out of shape. I had a belly. Remember how I told y'all, they said, hey, you gonna get a baby bump? I said, no, sir, not me. I was walking around with I don't want to call it that, but I was walking around with a gut. You feel me? Just a belly. I've never just walked around with a belly, but I remember like it was yesterday. I was walking past the mirror. I had to stop. I didn't recognize myself. All right, I recognize myself, but I had to stop. I had to walk back. You feel me? And I was looking crazy. I was judging myself. I don't judge myself. I judged myself. And the only reason why I say that is because I've always been in shape. I've always been fit. And then on the mental side, I hit barriers. Mentally, on the corporate side, I've never hit nowhere else. I've said this before. I've heard about anxiety. I've heard people talk about it. This was the only place, even working at different, you know, in the warehouse with Amazon, I've never experienced anxiety until the corporate side. Never. And not just me, other people have told me the same thing. That was something I've never experienced at no other job. Amazon was the only job. I've never even experienced that in life, let alone a job. And on top of that, I actually did a whole vlog about it. I literally started getting gray hair once I started working there. So you add all those things in, and I really started to think, you know, I think it was after the gray hairs or the belly. I'm not sure which one it was, but I really started thinking like, yo, this can't be too healthy. And I started just looking into it. Oh, you know, studies on sitting down all day, studies on this. It's a lot of stuff out there that shows each and every aspect of corporate. And I guess my type of corporate, this is not healthy. So if you add those things together, you out of shape, stress on top of that, sitting down 10 to 12 hours. I sit down about 12 hours a day. And even that's on top of everything else. I drive to work. It's about 45 minutes. Get to work, sit down for 11 and a half hours, go to break. I try, you know what I mean? There's times where I do walk around on my break on purpose once I started noticing this. But before that, most people, what do they do on their break? If you work at corporate, they sit down for hours, go to lunch, they get up, walk to their car, sit back down for lunch and eat just to get back up, clock back in and go sit back down for the rest of the day. Then after that, you clock out, go to your car, sit down again to drive to your house. Then you so worn out from the job, you sit down when you get to the house to watch TV. And after you do that, you lay back in the bed for another 12, not 12, for another 6 to 8 hours. There's no way that this is healthy. I was trying to find some studies of long-term effects of this. I guarantee there's long-term effects to living this type of lifestyle. On top of the fact of the food people eat. When you're in the office, at least my office, this is all you hear all day. And everybody just look and start laughing. People drinking energy drinks like it's the new coffee. I knew people who used to drink 2 of them things by 10 a.m. Then the most type of healthy type thing they got in there is like some little sandwiches. So you add that on the challenge of trying to keep a healthy diet while being corporate, on top of everything else I just stated, it sounds like a disaster. Let me know your thoughts. Do you work corporate? I remember growing up, corporate was the dream. You feel me? Oh, I want to work corporate. Or those who did, oh, I work corporate, put their little nose up. And it's like, oh man, you know, when I was younger, man, what's up with corporate? Why you like doing that? Oh, well, you just, you know, it's less work. You don't really have to do nothing. You just sit at the computer. It never excited me. It's like, well, that sounds lazy. I mean, that sounds boring. One thing I can say on the flip side, the pay is definitely more. So maybe that's the main reason why people do it. Corporate money compared to the physical labor type money, I definitely agree there could be a big difference with that. But is there a cost that comes along with that? I don't know. These are just my thoughts and off of my personal experience, what I've experienced with my body. Bruh, I had hair turn gray. That has never happened before. So I'm gonna go over some things that were actually documented. This was a website. I think this website's Insider, reputable site. I'm gonna go over some of the things that they talk about working in a corporate setting. Also, another thing that they list as well in this little list, it says like 24 unhealthy things about working corporate. One of the things, which is something I've spoken about before as well, sickness. You feel me? Like most jobs, corporate jobs, have changed from cubicles to making it an open space. That is so common to be working, and you hear 30, literally, not, I don't want to say 30, about 15 to 16 different people coughing all over the office. You over there, over there, chew over there, and you're in this enclosed building and people just sneezing, coughing. Is that person okay? All this stuff is going on in this enclosed little office. It's like, yo, we just had this whole pandemic, and then we're back in this little room to where it can spread, still make this make sense to me. Anyways, let's quickly go over some of these things. Let me know y'all thoughts. Do you work corporate? If not, do you want to work corporate? I think it could be done. I'm not saying it's an evil place, but I think to survive corporate, you do have to be a very disciplined person. Discipline in your eating, discipline in your sleeping, discipline in your physical health, and also discipline on the stress that you allow your job to put on you, in which I think the term that I made up will be perfect for that. I choose me. All those things, if you can be very disciplined in those areas, I think corporate will be cool. But let's go over some of these things and let me know y'all thoughts on this. And then it's kind of funny. Not funny, it's kind of scary on how many people don't like working at corporate as well. You would think it would be a whole lot more that do, but in which I'm sure there is as well. But I was just kind of surprised on how many people didn't or stated that they didn't on the internet. So this article, this was a while ago. I've tried to find some updated studies on these things. I know there's studies done, but it's not put out there on a mass level like most other things are, at least that I've come across. But anyways, this is the article from Business Insider saying 24 ways your office job is destroying your health. Let's go over some of the things on here. I thought it was pretty interesting. It says the stress, the long hours, the nature of your modern office job are sucking the life out of you, literally. So it says sitting all day could shave years off your life. That's one of the things I was actually, thinking of myself. Sitting all day cannot be healthy. I was somebody who used to look into different like holistic doctors and the reasons and causes of diseases. I used to try to look into that stuff. And a lot of the things that I came across saying that you shouldn't do is just sit around and not be active all day. Your cardiovascular system, a lot of the things that I've looked into, and I'm not a health person, this ain't no health advice, but a lot of them on the mass scale said your blood circulating is a very good thing. None of them, zero, said your blood sitting down and not you know what I mean, your cardiovascular system not being moved is a great thing, says no one ever. So sitting all day is one of the things that's listed. It says sitting for lengthy periods is terrible for your body. Aches and pains are the least of your problems. And my knees do be aching sometimes, y'all. I think I need to raise my chair sometimes because I be sitting low. I'm 6'3". I be feeling it in my knees. But they said that's the least thing you need to worry about. Sitting too much can lead to an early death. Not for me, though. I don't receive that. You feel me? You ain't going to be speaking that over me. You face a higher risk of musculoskeletal disorders, obesities, diabetes, cancers, heart diseases, and more, even if you work out regularly. That's deep. Imagine people that don't work out regularly. We need some long-term scales. I'm going to have to do some more research to try to find that. I know it's there. But I doubt that it's, you know what I mean, publicized like other things. Anyways, around 86% of American workers sit all day at work. If you're one of them, it says that studies have been done. Professors recommend you change your position every 8 minutes and take 2 minutes moving break at least twice an hour. Do we do that at our corporate facility? No. We do something just like 20, you like take 20 seconds to look somewhere and you get back to working. But this does sound like that would have, this is something I try to do, not really 2 minutes, but I would try to take push-up breaks. When I work at home, I'll be working, and then I'll try to knock out like 30 push-ups, then get back to work. Low key, that did help. But you feel me? I didn't really, I just didn't really have the time to do it. So I stopped doing it. But I think I need to do that though. But they're saying twice an hour. They even said regularly slouching in your chair can lead to long-term illness. Never heard that in my life. Am I slouching right now? I can't tell. Let me know in the comment section. So then they said there's some jobs that have treadmill desk. At our company, well, Amazon corporate side, they do have the desk where you can put it up and put it down. To me, that's not a big help at all. You still ain't going nowhere. You feel me? You still standing stagnant in the same place for a long time. So what is that really doing? Should we get treadmills? No, I'm not going to be trying to lose weight while working for y'all. While you stressing my mind? No, we're not doing that. But I guess there are some companies who have treadmills. That is hilarious. They have treadmills on the desk. That don't sound safe. That doesn't sound fun. You feel me? That sounds like a mess. But it does sound funny, if anything. Here's an interesting one. It says motivating meetings can depress people. In my corporate job, we don't have like person meetings. We be all in the same office. I thought that was one of the reasons for us to come back to office so we can talk together and all that stuff. Hasn't happened once, but we're all in the office and we have meetings through Slack, which is on your computer. You see the person talking and you're like in a chat room. So they're saying though, motivational meetings can depress people. In order to get workers excited about any company's mission, employers must host team building exercise or motivational meetings. But research has shown that forcing people to feel positive about something they're unsure about actually highlights how unhappy they are and ultimately will make them even more depressed. Yo, I have felt like that certain times where we used to have meetings in person and they'll be going and just talking. And I would literally be sitting there thinking to myself, like, I got to get out of here. This is not for me. What am I doing with my life? They're up there giving a motivating message. And in my brain, it's just like ways of escape. You feel me? Have that ever happened to you? Let me know. Let's continue. Working more than 10 hours a day may lead to a heart attack. Amazon, Uncle Jeff. Is that what you, never mind. European researchers have found that people who work 10 hours or more every day may have a 60% greater risk of a multitude of cardiovascular problems, including heart attack. So here's another one. This is something I kind of forgot about. I remember back in the day, but you kind of just forget certain information. Endlessly staring into a computer screen harms your vision. Even though computer screens don't give off radiation, so they say, the strain from staring over long periods of time can cause harm to your vision. Though many effects are temporary, beyond that, you can also experience headaches and migraines. Okay, so they say the computers don't give off radiation. What about being around all these 5G modems all over the building? You know what I mean? Does that not play any part? That's not in here, but that is something I've thought about. So those were just a few of the things that was listed in that article. I thought it was interesting because I personally thought to seek that because of my personal experience of getting gray hair, of becoming overweight, and to see that there's actual studies done. I didn't even do a deep dive to find like a gang of research. I may have to do that. But here's the question. what do? You feel me? Like, I got bills I gotta pay. People got bills they gotta pay. It's like, why do people stay in certain situations? Because folks need bills to pay. But then it comes down to, is finances worth your health? You feel me? Like, I need to know the long-term numbers of this stuff. There's no possible way this is healthy. It's not, because I know what I felt. And I've only been corporate about 2 years, almost 2 years now. There's no way I can see myself doing this for 4 years, 5 years. And the physical damage being done to me within that time, the mental damage done within that time, low key, that's kind of scary. Just wanted to drop that information out there. See what you guys thought about that. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in your workplace. Are you dealing with any of those type of things? You in an enclosed place? Do you work corporate? Are you sitting down 12 hours a day? What are some things that you do to balance that? I've tried to go to the gym, but it's hard when you work 12 hours a day. Then you sleep, you try to sleep 8 hours a day. Then, you got to drive there, drive back. You got to eat, got to shower, got to do all that stuff. And then to squeeze some time for the gym, it could be challenging. Can it be done? Yes, I've done it, but it is challenging. And even those times where it was super busy, I was still like, you know what? I'm finna walk around the community to at least make sure my cardiovascular system, my blood is flowing from just sitting all day. But let me know your opinions on this. With this being said, I'm not even gonna lie, not just with Amazon. Would I encourage people to work a corporate job? No. You feel me? No. If it's needed, I can't tell nobody what to do. It's the same way with Amazon delivery. Would I encourage somebody to work there? Absolutely not. Too many, go look at the videos, pros and cons. Would never encourage somebody to do it. But if you need, you feel me? If you have responsibilities and you need to pay the bills you have, man, go do it. And look for something else while you're there so you can quickly get out. I can never tell somebody not to do something when they have responsibilities that need to be taken care of, but I would try to quickly get out of it. Anyways, these are just my thoughts. These are just my opinions. I would love to hear yours in the comment section. Drop your comment. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell. Yes, I'm also an artist. I go by the name of SB. I have some projects, some singles. Links are in the description. Go check it out. Go stream it. Go support it. Support it on iTunes because they actually pay the artist. And other than that, I'm going to catch you on the next video. It's your boy, SB. Let's go. I'm on my grind. 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 I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind.